So, in essence, Monkey D. Goku stars in a tournament arc, except instead of a tournament arc, it's the whole darn anime. I mean, don't get me wrong, the fight scenes in this anime so far have been absolutely breathtaking, and they use body tracking on real fighters to get the most realistic depiction of the martial arts they use. And the studio is being given a lot of creative freedom for the fight scenes, because in anime you simply have a lot more capability for what you can do in a fight scene than you do in a manhwa or a manga. You know, you can draw images to make things happen, but really that's not the highlight of it, whereas anime can make it something beautiful, it can make it a spectacle, and they certainly do with this show. So I'm really appreciative that the author is giving them the creative freedom they need to make this something so amazing. And you also get these amazing fight scenes, and then break, we get Tony Stark. There are a plethora of JoJo's references, and the author also enjoys Hunter x Hunter, so you can expect references from that. Jin Mori's pretty sure bananas can fix everything, but it's probably the nanomachines. We get our cliche backstories for our main cast, we get our awesome announcer dude, and we get some epic one-on-one fights. My only complaint for the fight scenes is that they're not really using the art of hype very well. You know, they go into the fight scenes kind of quickly, and it feels like things are just happening, like these fight scenes are just part of the world. And I get that that's what they're going for, but I prefer a lot more hype to my anime. And then the next thing you know, we have this brutal scene of this good guy, just genuinely good person, getting the crap kicked out of him, and nothing he's doing is working. Just gets slapped around like nothing else, thrown across the floor, and then stomped on. Not only that, but then Mean Bonebreaker Boy breaks Zen Kid's bones. It's a terrible sight. It hurt my eyes. But don't worry, then Monkey D. Goku literally kicks his ass. It's amazing. It's just like, 1, 2, 3, you are out. But this whole time I think we're all thinking, like, dude, you're so screwed. Like, you interrupted the match, you're gonna get in trouble, and surely he does. We get Creepy Priest Guy coming back to put him into, like, a Jesus pose on the ground. I mean, come on, I can't be the only guy who's slightly creeped out by this priest character. Oh, and in this fight, I didn't even know who I wanted to win. I completely enjoyed both characters. So the fact that they were able to give me a fight this early between two characters I enjoyed and I didn't know who I wanted to win, that was a plus for me. Potassium. You gotta love that potassium. These banana scenes are way too suggestive for me. What's that, the butt fruit? Don't eat the butt fruit. We all know what happens when you eat a devil fruit. Oh no, we told you. Don't eat the devil fruit, man. But he's a main character, so now he's gonna be more of a badass. Oh, more lovable backstory for a lovable cast. And these guys are assholes. We all know we can kick the shit out of them. This is literally the nicest guy I've ever seen in anime. Okay, that might be a bit of an overstatement, but he's really darn nice. God, I hope he can kick their ass at some point. I mean, really, I don't like them. Then we had this fight, which was pretty good. It was enjoyable, but we just got more of a demonstration of how overly nice this main character is, and how dramatically overpowered he can be. Really, all of the main characters feel like they're considerably overpowered compared to the competition. So I hope that things get a little bit more balanced in the future fights, because so far it's felt like, for the most part, the main cast are a league above the people they're fighting. This fight was probably one of the closest ones, and then the wrestler fight was also fairly close, but I'm just looking for something a little bit more even and back and forth, because at any given time in this anime, it feels like when they're fighting, one person is dramatically winning at any given time. I want a fight where it goes on for a few minutes, and I cannot tell who is winning. And then we get this shit, and nobody knows what the hell is going on. Don't spoil, manhwa readers. Don't spoil. Oh, it's the green-haired dude. Cue the flex. Flex hard. I mean, like, dude, this guy didn't even see him approach. He just took off his glasses and pushed him over, and that was the criteria for winning. So our main character has already won, and this guy's just throwing a temper tantrum, and he lets out a JoJo's reference. I mean, like, We get an awesome flex, and you respond with a JoJo's reference? This is too much for one episode. I can't keep up. You can't tell me that thing is not straight up a stand. That is a stand. I'm looking at it right now. That is a stand. And earlier, the main character ate a damn devil fruit. And the extent to which the main character reminds me of a cross between Goku and Luffy is insane. But in the end, it turns out that Monkey D. Goku is actually just Tiger Cub, and Tiger Cub just wants bananas. God of High School actually looks really promising, despite the fact that the art style makes it look like everyone's having a perpetual allergy reaction to something. I know that's just how manhwa is. The animation and choreography have been top-notch, but it's way too early to say how far that's going to take this show. For crying out loud, I heard Lost Paws complaining about the character development in the first episode, and I don't know if you watched the same first episode I did, but the character development was clearly not the focus, and they weren't even trying to do that. They were trying to demonstrate to us how insane the animation was, to draw the parallels between Tower of God and God of High School. A good anime needs a lot more than good animation, though, and that is a valid point. I mean, it's had a solid plot, but I wouldn't praise it for anything that stuck out to me other than the animation. We've gotten teased to a bigger story, and we've gotten teased to how a really complicated power system might work. But, all that said, they still need to nail down a really good antagonist for the story for it to make it for me. On top of all of this, we also have to consider how they're going to do the finale. The finale is going to deliver to the overall feeling of the entire series, to an extent to which it can bring it up by a few points or down by a few points. So to those saying that this is going to be the anime of the season or the anime of the year, we really can't know that yet. It's literally 3 episodes in. Chill. And those trashing it for its character development, maybe you should watch all 3 episodes, because there's character development, but also, it's only 3 episodes in. So yeah, God of High School looks very promising. Is it doing everything perfectly? No. Is it doing what it's trying to go for very well? Yes. It's doing a great job at what it's going for. And like I said, I wish we would get more hype to the fight scenes, but maybe that's something they can nail down for the future. I get the feeling that these early fight scenes are supposed to be a little bit insignificant. If there's anything these fight scenes are doing, it's world building, really. To praise this anime and say that it's going to be anime of the year, or to trash it and say that it's garbage, is like watching 10 minutes of a movie and then saying it deserves an Oscar, or that it should be cancelled. I mean, maybe you could say it should be cancelled if the anime is that bad, but this anime is not that bad. That said, they still need to deliver on the high expectations they set. At this point, if they drop the ball in the animation, it could totally ruin the submersion for the audience. But I wouldn't have the high expectations I do if I didn't think they did these 3 first episodes extremely well. All of that said, I hope we all stick with it, and I hope that it rewards us. I'll see you next time, reviewers, consumers, and connoisseurs. Cue the outro. What's that? Okay, Algorithm Chan is saying I need to make the content 10 minutes long, but I don't want to make the content any less enjoyable for you guys. So I'm just going to end this with some shameless plugs. I'm going to put my Patreon down below if you're interested in supporting me. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. On Twitter, my tag is King on the Horizon because I'm a little bit conceited. But as far as my Instagram and my Patreon go, it's the same name as my YouTube, which is Kaihen Taku, and that is my actual name on Twitter under the tag for me, which the tag for me is King on the Horizon because I made that Twitter before I made my YouTube channel, and I wasn't sure what I was going to call my channel yet. So, my conceited self made a terrible decision with the name and called myself a King on the Horizon. Hopefully that comes to some level of fruition and I have some success on this channel, but either way, I appreciate you all.